So I begin with some intro. So my presentation is called the Center for Approbation Industrial Cybersecurity Solutions on the Technological Process Panels. So the trend is for digitalization in our country and worldwide, and we mainly focus on power industry, where we try to adjust and install new SCADA systems and other cybersecurity systems.
And according to legislation, we started implementing our system to industries, but we faced some problems in this sphere. For example, during installation of industrial systems of cybersecurity, if we do it without any testing, there is more harm, even more than some intrusion or other things. So it is mostly related to the fact that our SCADs are made of dough and matches, let's say. So, and of course, if we have toxic antivirus solutions, the problem is getting bigger and bigger. So in principle, we have been solving this problem by creating the models which are more and more like systems. And so we are testing our solutions preliminary in the office, and then we go for lunch having the solution which we have already tested in different modes. So it goes in compliance with current legislation, which we are based on, and we are recommended to test our systems on particular models. And currently it's the best way at the moment, and according to our experience, it's difficult to create the effective system of security without ruining something. So that's why we have created this center in Cheboksary. It has 4 main functions: testing, certification, attestation, and security for information, antivirus, and so on and so forth. So we do this on a workbench. So after we have tested it on our workbench, we then implement it in a real object. After that, we also have trainings, we have special equipment in place. Another thing, we are doing some research together with our partners in this field. First of all, what else do we do? We are testing, we are finding the breaches, and we check and test how this or that solution is really well protected. There is a scale depending on the vulnerability of the system. For example, DDoS, if we take automatic system, emergency defense, or emergency security, cybersecurity, this may be really dangerous. For example, the device failed fulfilling its functions. So this is potentially very dangerous, and we pay attention especially to such problems if we find them in our equipment. So we come up with methods how to protect these devices, how to protect them from these problems. So according to this principle, we build certain models. We organize contests and then implement them on particular projects. These are different SCADAs, PLCs. We implement the RTDS system. It's real-time simulating simulated electric networks, which enables us to conduct tests and check everything. This is a real case. So we had a Nizhnegorodsky power station. We have installed one of our solutions. There were a lot of vendors. It was a loaded network. But before we went to the object, we have created a model of this object. We have collected all the devices which were present there, and we ran the system in different modes. What is another advantage of such an approach? You can do everything you want on this model, whatever you can fantasize about. In the object, nobody will let you, for example, switch off something without any consequences. So we even won't ask the customer the permission to do that. But on a model, we can do these shortcuts, short circuits, and see if our system works correctly, fulfilling its functions. We imitate attacks, network overload, malware activity, and we test our system whether it works correctly and functions properly. And we test that all the services would work properly in informational splashes, conditions, and so on and so forth. We also create such a system which is called GOSOPCA as an expert center. We believe that it will work out to participate in this system. If any incident actually arises, it is difficult to understand what happened. In our model, it is possible, if some incident had happened, we can model it and find out what really happened. We are not the pioneers in this field. There are a lot of other labs like this, and our foreign partners have been working this direction pretty long ago, and they are testing their solutions before they implement them. There is a European center, similar. So we are not pioneers. We analyzed our functions, so we do pretty much the same things as they do. Here you see the American lab, American terminals, General Electric, Siemens, Schweitzer, and we conduct also training. We have opened a training center in Cheboksary where we have a retraining course, and we work with Cheboksary enterprises. We had a big course available for leading programmers who work over electric and technical equipment. We work with the Federal Network Company. They are especially interested in ICS systems protection, and they are planning to send their specialists to our training. It is actually based on the current legislation that owners of large enterprises are to provide education and training for their key employees. And, what a promise technology initiatives, digital distribution electrical networks, microgrid, smart metering, billing and consumption management. So what we plan, we are planning to go along the trend and use all the modern technology. They're testing new means of cyber protection. Currently we are lagging behind the leaders in this field. The potential one of our competitors is really pretty high. So this traffic analysis, anomaly forecasting, informational traffic. We believe that we will be able to improve our means of cyber protection and develop new means, new measures on the more advanced principles. So that's about it. I would like to conclude that according to our opinion, before you implement any technologies for cyber protection and security, they are to be, they shouldn't have any toxic features to the process, and they are to be effective against the current issues which can be can happen. We can have a workbench when we can test all our processes and measures. So we are planning to become one of the elements of the state system. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask them.